Peace, everybody. This Medicine Man once again. Yeah, we going live. Yo, we live right now on my page. We live right now on YouTube, and we gonna have. Yeah, we back. We gonna have a good discussion today, man. I thought I had some better lighting in here. I probably don't. Y'all have to work with me on the light. But we having a good discussion today, man. Peace to everybody. Grand rising. Good afternoon. Good day. I've been having an interesting week myself. My people been having an interesting supernatural week. My God brothers been having supernatural week. My hoodoo people been having supernatural weeks. Um, so we ended up with a discussion, man, and I posted it on my wall on Facebook. It's a discussion we've been having about obsession being a form of spiritual possession. You see? And with this topic, man, we have to analyze our life and analyze the things we're going through in life in order to really get a take on what an obsession and what a possession is, and how uniquely these two things, these two concepts, connect with one another and have a lot to do in common with one another. Because you can be obsessed with something to a high degree that your obsession actually is a form of spiritual possession. And what I mean by that is when you become extremely obsessed with something or someone, what happens is you open up your psychic and spiritual channels to be receptive to energies that support what you're obsessed with. So you become a magnet, a biochemical spiritual magnet, because on a biological level, your body is going to produce every hormone that supports the aids and embeds your obsession. So if you need an adrenaline rush to pump you up, to be obsessed about something or someone, your heart, your brain is all going to in tune with that energy, and they're going to pump you right on up to be obsessed and to carry out your obsession. So we have to be very careful in life on the things that we are obsessed with. Now, here's 4 things that I got. There are 4 things that in life we are generally, we generally as human beings, we get obsessed with, and we struggle with our obsessions with it. One, and I know food is not on the list, right? And because I know people have food obsessions, but it falls in one of the categories. Places. People have obsessions with places. It's a certain place you got to go all the time, and it affects the woman a lot. Y'all like to shop. You know what I mean? And y'all stay in the malls, or y'all got a certain store that y'all obsessed with. Can't even pass them by without going in there. That's a form of obsession. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of other people like to travel. Traveling is one of the biggest obsessions that people got. They like to go all over the world, go this place, go that. People will drop their responsibilities to travel. I've even seen people, as a truck driver, seen people on the side of the road pulling a briefcase. Hey, man, I need a ride to Kansas. Kansas? Dude, you should be trying to get in the unemployment office and try to get a job, man. You know what I mean? Like, you done been across 3 states with this briefcase with wheels on it, man. You know what I mean? But he's just obsessed. He was that guy there was obsessed with traveling. And he gave his life up, his family. I talked to him. I'm a truck driver. I gave a man a ride to the truck stop. And he was talking about his wife and his family, how he just up and left everybody because he wanted to travel and they didn't. And so he homeless, basically. He get his retirement check, direct deposit, and he just go for it. You know what I mean? But he's addicted to going different places. And there are many people in the world that are addicted and have obsessions with traveling. Then there are people who are obsessed with things. So many things. Food is one of them. That's the category we're talking about. Food, objects. People are addicted to having headphones, got new headphones every day. They're addicted to jewelry, have new jewelry, new watches, new rings, new, women, they have new pocketbooks. You know what I mean? My homeboys, they buy new cars just to buy them. You know what I mean? New sneakers, just to buy them. It's an obsession. These are things we have to conquer. And the reason why I talk about conquering obsessions like that is because when you obsess with things, things cost money. You know what I mean? Things just naturally cost money. So you're talking about $175 pair of sneakers you're buying let's say every month. Level of obsession. Every month you buy $175 worth of sneakers. So now let's say if you take that $175 every month and you place that into a stocking account, you make an investment of some sort. So now that $175 you spend it every month, or even if you just be a wise guy and say, you know what, I'm not going to buy a new sneaker every month. So I'll buy a new sneaker this month. Next month, I'll put it inside of an investment. And then the following month, I'll buy a sneaker. Then the following month, I'll put that money in an investment. You can rotate. Sometimes you have to work your way off the bad habits, but still you will be setting up a financial future for yourself by eliminating one of the things that you're obsessed with. So there's many different things that fall under the thing category of obsession. You know what I mean? But mainly it's objects that we are attracted to, cars, jewelry, and stuff like that. And then it flows into the obsession of people. Now, this is a conversation. People. Being obsessed with people. That's a deep conversation. So let's get into it. The question is, why are people obsessed with other people? Okay? That's the question. Why? People become obsessed with other people because they see something in them that's inspiring. Okay? That's one side. And then they see things in people that they like or love. That's another side. But the reason why people are obsessed with people is because your level of motivation, your level of inspiration. But being obsessed with people, for whatever reason, if it's a lustful reason, if it's a motivational reason, whatever reason it is, you have to bring it down. Because your obsession can turn into a possession. You see? And now you don't know how that person or those people will react to you being obsessed and possessed with certain specific ideas that they are not in tune with. Right. And this brings us to the fourth thing, ideas. Listen, getting off that other stuff. Rich people, wealthy people, financially stable people, all are obsessed with ideas. Ideas are things. They shuffle around and bounce around in your head and crack on your cranium here and there, hit on your forehead. And they are things. When we have these ideas and we become obsessed with ideas, they become empowering. It just depends on what the idea is now. Don't get me wrong. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't even get it wrong. Yeah, some of y'all got some really bad ideas you don't need to be obsessed with. And this is the downside to obsession. Because you have these bad ideas and you're just all the way obsessed with it. You want to hang out. You're obsessed with hanging out. Even if your lights is out. Even if your lights is out. Look, light bulb ain't paid, go like this. Boop. No lights. Light bulb ain't paid. Even if that happened, you still obsessed. I still want to go to the club. You and they taking a shower in a dark house. You know what I mean? Real talk. Because you're obsessed with going out. You're not obsessed with the right things, which is being obsessed with making sure that your responsibilities, your obligations, and things like that are taken care of. So when we have ideas, great ideas in our mind, and we become obsessed with these great ideas, what happens is we empower ourselves to be motivated. We empower ourselves. By empowering yourself, you become possessed. You see? You become possessed to accomplishing this goal. You become possessed to fulfilling and manifesting this idea that you're having. You see? This is the power of possession that's good. But on a negative note, we get possessed by vain thoughts. We get possessed by ideas that we shouldn't be having, destructive ideas, destructive behaviors, and things like that. We get possessed by it because all that's that's the only thing that we're entertaining. The more you entertain a specific thing, the more you become it. If you entertain progression, you become progression. If you entertain self-transformation, you become transformed. But if you sit there and entertain vain talk, you become the subject of a vain conversation. If you sit there and entertain stupidity, you become the receptacle of something stupid. You see? And the more that you do it, the more obsessed you become with it. There's a science behind repetition and the way that our spirits are programmed. Okay? We talk a lot about mental programming a lot. Everybody online talk about mental programming this, mental programming that. But our spirits are programmed primarily by repetition. That's why when you turn on the television, you see the same commercial 100 times within 10 minutes. You watch one show, this one show I watched for 30 minutes, but I didn't see this commercial 500 times during the show. You know what I mean? That's the way it seems because they hit you with the repetition. Because repetition is a way of programming your mind. And if they want to program you to come into the store and buy these products, they're going to repetitiously keep showing it to you. Because they understand it's going to slowly seep its way into your subconscious mind and into your conscious mind. And then it's going to be created into an idea and molded into an idea of, hey, I need to go in the store and get one of those. You see? So those are some of the things that I wanted to elaborate with y'all about, about creating ideas and becoming obsessed with the ideas, positive ideas, and how not to become obsessed with negative ideas. Because when you become obsessed with negative ideas, behaviors, characteristics, and traits, what end up happening is you attempt to exert these things on other people, but the other people got the spiritual guards up. So they're like, all right, we're going to hit you with a chicken when you're ready, all right? But right now, it's this. You know what I mean? Real talk for real business, because that's how life is. You know what I mean? And some of the things that we need to be possessed with and obsessed with is ambition, man. Let's be ambitious to change the world. Let's be ambitious to feed the homeless. I talk about that all the time. Now, my people be like, yo, man, you always talk about feeding the homeless. They don't be knowing. I be out and about. Hey, homeless dude, here, man. Here go $10. Here go $20. Because I understand. I've never been homeless, but I understand that when I drove trucks around the whole United States, I saw homelessness. Not only black homelessness, I saw white homelessness like a motherfucker. Trailer parks out there in the Midwest. They look like the size of New York City. White people and Mexicans and Spanish people riding around on horses and donkeys. You know what I mean? And it looked like something from back in the Western movie. But they homeless. And they're on welfare. You see what I'm saying? While everybody else think, black people sucking up the welfare system, lies, truth. And the devil is a liar. You know what I mean? Because white people are sucking up the welfare system, man, because there's millions and quadrillions of millions of homeless white people out there. So that is a fallacy, about all of that crazy stuff. But, the last thing I wanted to talk about that I have listed out here is Being possessed with confidence. Man, that confidence is a lot of root work. You know what I mean? You have to be confident about your work. You have to be confident about the spirit communications you're having. You have to be confident about the spirit you're talking to. You have to be confident about the level of messages you're receiving from these spirits. You have to believe in it. Know it's true. Confidence. You have to be possessed and obsessed with that confidence. In life, not just in spirituality and spiritual work, but in life, you got to be confident about everything you do. Because if you don't be confident, there is some predator, some emotional vampire that's lurking and look and say, okay, oh, that weak spot, oh, you ain't confident in what you're doing. So I'm going to exploit you. This is the type of world that we live in. So you have to be so confident that everybody else, when you walk in the room, everybody else feel your confidence. Like wherever my man on, he on it strong. Wherever she on it strong. Wherever they on it strong. The unshakable, unstoppable. You see, this is the kind of confidence, the type of energy that we must exert in life when we go and handle all our obstacles and challenges. You see, and this confidence is used to kill. This is what I got written. I had to write this down for y'all. I say, you got to be possessed with confidence and have the ability to kill procrastination. You see, you don't suppress procrastination. But see, anything you suppress, people be talking about, man, you got to suppress my lower this and suppress that. You don't suppress it. No, you don't. You don't suppress. Procrastination is something you don't suppress. Anything you suppress, pressing creates pressure. You see, if I'm taking something and pressing on it, creates what? Pressure. And you know what that pressure is going to do? Let's go into some physics. That pressure does what? It creates what? Resistance. So that pressure is going to do this here. Sooner or later. I don't care if it takes 50 days, 100 years. You put pressure on something, it's going to bounce back. And that procrastination is going to bounce back into your life. That's why you don't suppress it. You see? Because it's going to bounce right back and inflate right back into your life. So you have that good little spree where you ride and everything good. Job good, life good, everybody doing well. But then all of a sudden, what happened? Roadblock. Why? Because that procrastination seeped back into your life. And those things that you should have been doing, those things you could have been doing, those things you would have been doing, you wasn't doing it. You see? Because you were what? Distracted. You see? So never try to suppress your procrastination. Everybody got, now let me tell y'all something right now. Everybody got procrastination. Everybody got things that they procrastinate on. Everybody got issues in life that they procrastinate on, things you try to achieve, and you're like, man, I wanna go to school and get this IT degree. You know what I mean? I'm going to school to get this IT degree, man. You said that 3 years ago, and you still right there. Then you turn around and call me. I need a reading, bro. I get done giving you a reading. All this IT stuff come up. Like, damn, dude, it need to be a rocket scientist as far as my reading saying. I'm looking around trying to analyze everything. Bruh, is you in school to be an IT technician or whatever? You know what the answer to him? Man, you know why I just was sitting there this morning before I called you? I was trying to get back in school for IT. My question is, how many times have you tried to get back in school for IT? I ain't gonna lie, I supposed to have been in school about 3 years ago. I signed up then. Then another time I signed up. And another time I signed up. Boy, quit playing with yourself. You're a classic example of procrastination. You see? You played with yourself 3 years. Now, let's turn back the time hand, the wheels of time. We turn it back. So we turn it back and look. 3 years back, if you had went to school and got this little 2-year degree plus your certification would only take you about a month or two to achieve, where would you be right now? Let's look at that. All right, let's analyze. We analyzing this. Right now, you would have been someplace great. All of the problems that you're telling me about now, you would have been able to have accomplish all of your goals and objectives, eliminate all of your problems by now because you utilized those 3 years wisely. But now you didn't. You procrastinated. Your worst enemy came and bite you in your ass. So now, 3 years later, you still pondering the idea and you done played with the idea 3 months before you call me. Now I'm going to give it to you raw. Don't call me until you took your classes. You're already in school. You got your books. You call me. Then we can talk. Because I know that you successfully defeated your procrastination. And you went towards accomplishing and achieving your goal. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? We have these thoughts in our mind. Don't let it sit there. A lot of us got great ideas. You know, some of y'all running around with $1 million ideas in your mind, flowing through your mind. You sitting around the house creating little stuff that could be gadgets and stuff. You can get stuff invented and be millionaires. You know, the dude with the Super Soaker, the black dude who created the Super Soaker. He was sitting in his garage creating some engine part for a rocket because he was a rocket scientist. I heard an engineer of some type. And he was just like buzzing around creating. He saw the water shot out like, hold up, made a little gadget for his kids. And it turned out he ended up with like over a $200 million deal, you know, quit his job, you know, because he had an idea. And he took the idea from around the house and turned it into $1 million corporation. This is the type of power that people have. This is the type of power that you have. But the road to achieving that goal is killing your procrastination. Once you kill that, you be on the path accomplishing everything you ever dreamed of. Peace, this medicine man. Y'all be good.